Hey guys, it's Jim from jagfx.com. It is Monday, the 6th of February 2017, and this is the weekly trade analysis charts of the daily and the 4-hour pairs that I am trading. Just to give you a heads up, next week I think it's next week, I'm heading back to Australia for about 2 weeks, so I'll be scaling out of the 4-hour chart trades, and I'll just be doing the daily trades. Just the trades off the daily charts during that time. It's just too hard when I'm traveling to maintain the 4-hour charts. So when I get back, I'll have another look at the 4-hour, but just give you a heads up, next week heading back to Oz. All right, let's have a look what's happened today. We'll check the news first. It's not a huge week of news, but there is some big news out of Australia. We've got the cash rate, the interest rates, they're expected to remain the same at 1.5. Canada, this is all tomorrow. We've got trade balance, New Zealand, we've got their GT price index, which can move the Kiwi a bit. Crude oil, Thursday's a big one. New Zealand, we've got their interest rate release, and it's expected to remain the same in their press conference, obviously. Unemployment claims at the US, then some more Aussie policy statement regarding the Royal Bank of Australia, and some Canadian news on Friday. So it's not a huge week, but there is any interest rate type news can move the markets a fair bit, so just be aware, especially the Aussie and the New Zealand. And let's get back to the charts. We'll go through the usual suspects. So first up, the Aussie New Zealand daily. Now this is the one I was speaking about the other day. Got this blue dot here and blue dot there, sort of a double, there we go, double bottom along here, and given bearish divergence, you can see by the green trend lines, I didn't take the signal. That blue trend line down there and the 240 LMA are both in there, so it was just going to jam it up too tight, so I gave it a miss there. If we switch over to the 4-hour on the same pair, I think it was this morning I took the sell on here. We've got this price coming up nicely, rolled over here. There's the red dot, already had the red dot, so you can see it was rolling over the MACD. It's a long way above the zero level. You've got the big hidden bearish divergence there, broke that trend line through there. MAs are flat. Yeah, it's just a signal I had to take. My concern was that price was on the MAs or close to the MAs. But it seems to be, it's a Monday, so the markets tend to go sideways as it is, but it's looking all right at the moment. Now we switched over to the Aussie USD. Still screaming up in price. We've got this red dot here, red dot in the MACD Platinum. And yeah, it's going against both the dots, I guess you could say. MAs are a bit messy, getting really tight again. I could probably move this trend line a bit, just to be a bit more practical, because I'll probably look for another entry on the sell side there. So if we switch over to the 4-hour chart in the same pair, you can see we've come up, I'm in a sell here, you can see where I entered, it's gone against me, now it's coming back down towards my entry point, same deal. There's a double top there on that 4-hour. The MACD's a long way above the zero level. I know that MAs are screaming, pointing up. It's definitely an uptrend, no doubt about it, but it just, when it didn't break the high there, this high here didn't break that one, it gives you the impression that it's running out of steam, and that's what the MACD is sort of suggesting. So we're in a short here, we'll just see how it goes. Euro pound. I was in this is a daily, I'm still in the buy in the daily. Price come down here, bounced off the 240 LMA, but the MAs are pretty flat. You know, the MACD's not that far below the zero level. It is turning up slowly, but it's been a bit of a drag. You can see my entry point, I'm just above it at the moment. Stop's pretty tight, so it's not too bad. My concern is it's just, you had this nice run up here, it's dropped down, it's trying to have another run, but it's just not got any oomph to the upside, that's all. And when you look at the 4-hour chart, the same pair, It's it's terrible looking chart. And here we have, I guess we could probably draw some sort of line across here, possibly. See that? We look like we're heading for a bearish type divergence across there, and I should have drawn this line before, sorry about that. So across there, this hasn't been confirmed yet, but that's normally I just draw the lines on the chart just to give me an idea what I'm looking for. I was in a buy here and I decided to close out because I got this red dot here, and we had a higher high here and a lower high here, and to me it just looked like it ran out of steam. And because I was in a buy with the daily and the 4 hour, I thought, why overexpose myself? So I closed one for a small profit. Euro yen heading down. This blue trend line I've drawn a while ago seems to be holding pretty well. I drew it before it got to this point here, so it went up there nice and came down again. It's an ugly looking chart, and the 4 hour, I'll switch to that, and I was in a buy over here somewhere, and it just got stopped out before for a loss. So I've drawn the green trend lines in here. I'm looking for possibility of bullish divergence. As you can see, much lower lows on the price, and at the moment the MACD is struggling to get much lower than the previous low over this side. So there is a possibility that a bullish divergence may form, and there's an opportunity we may get back into this one. You can see the MAs are starting to spread out now, and it's heading down. It could be a sticking point. If you look to the left here, this low is probably some sort of support level for it. I'll just go back to the daily chart, see if it's, yeah, that's that low there. So that could be a sticking point, but other than that, once it gets through there, it's straight down to the MAs, I'd say. All right, let's go to the pound New Zealand daily. Nothing's doing. We had to come up to the zero levels and basically turn on the zero levels, so there's not much I can do about that. Let's have a look at the 4 hours. Not much happening on the daily. I'm in a sell here from this big candle here off the news the other night, last week. It went against me a little bit and it's come down nicely. Now I've drawn this red support level here. It seems to be, it had a poke through with this long wick here, but now it's bounced back up to it. That's why I moved my stop loss on my sell just to inside the break, inside the point of entry there. The reason why I got this blue dot here, and again, it's looking like it's running out of steam. I could probably draw the trend lines across there. They'd be green for bullish, because it looks like we've got a lower low here, and we're not going to have a lower low on the MACD Platinum, so I'll draw them on later. But it may just keep on going down, which is fine because I've got a stop in place and can't lose anything, so it's all good. USD Canada. This is a daily. I've expanded the chart a bit. It's just getting a bit messy. That's probably better. Yeah, it's come down. Look at this. It's a really hard pair to trade at the moment. We're getting lower lows here, and the MACD is struggling, so there is certainly divergence forming. And I still think it's going to go to the upside. I know I'm trying to get away from the bias and all that, but missing an MA on that chart too. I'll have to fix that up. So we'll switch over to the 4 hour. Now I'm in two buys here on the 4 hour. Took one up here on the buy in that area, and another one down here. First one was on the normal regular divergence. The second was on hidden bullish divergence. Both bullish. So it wants to go up according to the divergence. It's having there's a couple of signals there saying it wants to go up, but as we know, price is king, and it's just messing with my mind at the moment. It's getting close to one entry, so it'd be nice just to go up into those MAs, and I'll be done with, because look at the MACD, it's just so flat. It looks like it wants to roll over again to the downside. Time will tell. Let's go to the Canada yen, Canada JPY. Same as the Euro Japan. This trend line, it's having trouble breaking through. So, you know, you got the MAs going up, but this thing's just haven't, you know, it's, oh, look at that high, didn't break that high. Then look at this high, didn't break that high, so it's struggling. And we switch to the 4 hour, and there's my buy signal over here, based on this, the blue vertical line. It's hidden bullish divergence. It's still holding, I guess. It's not pretty. It's been below my entry point for quite a while now, and it's struggling. Look at the MACD's rolling over the downside again. Hasn't even got up to the 0 level. The stop's holding, which is a good thing, but it's dragging the misery out of, so to speak. So not the best trade so far. Let's have a look. I know a few people, these emails. Some people are interested in gold. I called a sell signal back here, came up close to my stop, dropped down a little bit. I don't know if you would have got excited there. It's into the, I would have thought it would have kept on going down through the MAs, but not to be. It's bounced off them basically and back up, and would have been through the stop. So if you'd been trading on the daily chart on gold, following my method, would have been stopped out. And now we've got a high here, a high there, we've got a high, and we're going to have divergence to the downside there again, start to form. I'm not a gold trader, but I just keep the chart up there because it's unbelievable how many people ask me questions about it, and I am interested in it, but it's generally not a gold trader. So other than that, guys, it's a pretty quick one tonight. The markets are going sideways as they normally do on a Monday, and really not much to report. We're in a couple of trades. Hopefully it will go with us. As I said, we got stopped out the euro yen, but I'll look for a re-entry, and the Canadian Japanese yen's not looking that pretty either. So other than that, enjoy your week, and we'll try and get some pips this week, and just be careful of the Aussie and the Kiwi when those interest rate decisions are made tomorrow and Wednesday, I believe. So other than that, enjoy your day, guys, and I'll talk later. Cheers.